Well, good evening, friends, and welcome back to Apron Strings. If this is your first visit, I'm so glad you're here. I like for you to be in the kitchen with me, watching what I'm doing and listening to me talk. I hope you'll come back, and if you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell where you'll be notified when I do another video. I'm thankful to be a part of a collaboration. The name has slipped. It's Marching into Casseroles, I think. Every day of the month there's a casserole, and I will have a list below, links to the channels that are participating. And I'm going to do one today that's already been done, but mine may be a little different. It is a tater tot casserole, and it's one of our family favorites. And those of y'all that know that we lost my son-in-law, and so my son and them are on their way down here, so when they get here this afternoon, they'll have tater tot casserole. So I thought, well, I'll film that, and because I won't be here next week when it comes out, I'll be up at A&M with my granddaughter. So if you don't know what's going on, watch some of the other videos and you'll find out what the schedule is. But anyway, I'm going to do a tater tot casserole, and I've already browned my hamburger meat. That's not rocket science. Y'all know how to do that. Get it good and brown. And I've added some seasonings, and I will tell you in a minute what I put in it. And now I've got to get tater tots. I don't like to fry them, and I cook mine first. I want them crisp. So I'm going to put them on this baking sheet and put them in the oven to crisp up. And then we'll get back over here and work on this meat some more. I like tater tots. This is a 5-pound bag, and I'm going to tell y'all, I usually buy the 32-ounce bag and use it. So I'm just going to guesstimate here, and if I have too many, somebody will dunk them in some ketchup or ranch dressing and eat them. I know that's a fact, because they like those meat and taters. And they like taters by themselves. I'm just going to kind of fill this pan up, put them in the oven, and let them crisp. And go get those back in the freezer before they... Let's see, I'm going to put that... I've got it on 400. That ought to get them crisped up pretty fast. I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes, and I'll be back in just a minute and talk to you about the ground beef. Okay, as you can see, I've got the meat browned, and I have put in here 4 ounces of cream cheese and let it melt with my meat. I've got 3 tablespoons of onion powder. That's because my daughter and her kids don't like cooked onion. Otherwise, I would have 1 large onion sauteed with 1 bell pepper in it. But because I'm cooking it for them, I'm using 3 tablespoons of onion powder, a tablespoon of garlic powder, and I probably put 3 tablespoons of this seasoning that I showed y'all earlier, organic, no salt seasoning from Costco. I love this. It has a variety of seasonings mixed together, and it's just wonderful. Adds a lot better flavor. A little bit of salt. And to this mixture, I'm going to add about a cup of sour cream. And I'm going to add a can of cream of chicken soup. The reason for that is one of my guests, my son's fiance, does not like cream of mushroom. She don't like mushrooms. So I want the cream of in there, so I'm just going to use chicken. I don't think my casserole is going to know the difference. And I'm just going to stir this in here and let it heat a little bit. I don't even have the heat on yet. I'm just going to get it mixed. Then I'm going to give it a taste test and see if I need to add something else to it. I don't ever hardly follow a recipe completely. I usually change something. So when you watch my videos, don't just go get the recipe. You need to watch to see what I did different other than the recipe, because I usually make it mine, and that's exactly what you can do. Make it yours. Do what your family likes. Now I'm going to add some cheese here in a little while, and then I'm going to put cheese in the casserole. Now you can drain your meat if you want to. I didn't, because I want it to have plenty of flavor. So I'm going to turn this on low and let it just heat through real good while my tater tots are getting hot. And then we'll be back and get it all put together. And y'all just wish to goodness you was here in the kitchen where you could get a bite and tell me if it needs something else or not. But I'll just check it out and tell y'all. Okay, y'all, I put my tater tots in the oven on 400, and after 20 minutes they still weren't getting crisp, so I turned it up a little bit and I left them in there about 20 more minutes. So now they're fairly crisp, and I've sprayed with kitchen spray my 9x13 pan, and I'm just going to put some of them in the bottom because we're going to layer this. Now, these tater tots don't have any seasoning on them, so I'm going to put some seasoning on them because I don't want them just bland in there. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle some onion and garlic powder on them. Y'all didn't guess that, did you? That's part of life around here. Just like you would salt something real good, we'll put some in there. Onion powder, and I use granulated onion and garlic powder. I don't like the powdery kind. It's just too powdery. And I'm just going to sprinkle some Himalayan pink salt in here. And then I'm going to put a layer of the meat mixture. Well, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little bit of cheese on top of the tater tots, and that'll act as a binding agent. And I'm using cheddar jack. It's a little less greasy than just plain cheddar cheese. Not measuring it, I'm just putting, so y'all will have to do what you want to do. Then I'm going to spread some of the meat mixture around on the top of the tater tots. Now, if you like cabbage, I'll tell you something I like to do. I like to shred cabbage in between these layers. And oh my goodness, it's so good. But my grandkids, and they don't all like cabbage, so, you know, we try to cater to the ones that's going to be eating it. So I'm not going to put it. Got a little bit overboard there. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more cheese. Y'all, this is good to put in the freezer for a meal. A lot of times when I make it, I go ahead and do it in half and half and half again, and I freeze, I vacuum seal portions of it and put it up for us to have. And it sure makes a quick, easy meal. I just take it out of the vacuum packing and wrap it in foil and put it in the oven to heat. I do not like to use the microwave any more than I have to with warming stuff up. Some things I just don't like how it tastes. So let me get the rest of these. I probably should have done a few more, but I thought I about halved it. But it'll still be a good casserole, and I'll probably make a salad of some kind to go with it. I was going to smother some cabbage with bacon and onion, but we'll have a lot of food here tomorrow because of the funeral service, and they're bringing the food to my house for the family, so I didn't want any leftovers. And my bunch will eat all of this tonight, so there won't be any of it left over. I was going to make one of those no chessman cookie banana puddings that I made the other day for y'all, but one of the girls in our church is making a banana pudding, so I didn't make it. It's hard for me to not fix, even though they're fixing, because that's just what I do. So I thought, should I get up in the morning and make some dumplings? No, they're feeding the family. You're the family this time. I'm just used to doing. Now, if I'd have done some more tater tots, I would have ended up, of course, with tater tots on the top with cheese on them. But I'm just going to put some cheese on this beef here, and it's going to be good. You don't have to use the cream cheese and sour cream. Let me tell you, when I first started making this, I only seasoned it and put cream of mushroom soup in it. Now I used onion and bell pepper. But I learned that sour cream and cream cheese make a wonderful flavor mixed together in something. So I started putting it in with my tater tot casserole. So I'm going to top it with some cheese, and I'm going to pop it in the oven. Everything's cooked all the way through. So we'll just put it in there and let it get good and bubbly. The sun's coming in from Dallas. He said the traffic was horrible, and we had thought they would be here about 7:30, but it's going to be about 9 o'clock. So I've got plenty of time to get this ready, and we don't usually eat that late at night, but I know they'll be hungry because they've been on the road. It'll be 5 or 6 hours time they get here. Sometimes you can make it quicker, but when the traffic's bad, you can't make any time. Okay, y'all, I'm going to put this in the oven and get the cheese melting. Then I'll bring y'all back and show you what it looks like. Okay, I hear that beeper going off. Let me get something to set this on. I don't like to take something out of the oven and set it right down on my butcher block. That's not too smart. And I like to be pretty smart. All right, all bubbly and melty and pretty. We like pretty. I'm gonna get the camera over here where y'all can see how it looks, and then when it cools down, I'll get some of it out and show you what it looks like there. Just a minute. You can see it bubbling if you look close enough. And when it cools, I'll dish some up and show you. That cream cheese and sour cream just adds an extra punch to it that you're going to love. A little bit different process. Wanted to show you how well it holds its shape when you scoop a portion of it out. Makes the serving prettier. And here's my plate with some salad and then the casserole on there with it. And that's some of my good china that I've showed y'all before. I want to thank all of y'all again for coming over to Apron Strings and watching my casserole video. Hope you'll visit all of the channels that are below, and if you haven't subscribed to them, subscribe to them. It makes you feel good when you go look at your, they call it the dashboard, and you see that you've got some more people subscribed to watch you. That just makes it worthwhile. When people take time to make videos like this, and you buy the groceries and you cook them and you video it and you take pictures, it takes money and time. So that our payment is y'all liking it, giving us a thumbs up, hitting that bell, you know, commenting. I try to answer every comment. So if you like what you see, or if you have a question, well, just in the comments below, ask the question and I'll do my best to answer you. Now, for those of you that are new and haven't been here before, I make these aprons and sell them, and I have one more style called the chef's style that I make. And I do have 2 or 3 apron videos, but pretty soon, when life settles down here again, I'm going to be making another video showing the fabric that's available and taking apron orders. But if you see something in the meantime that you like on one of my videos, email me and I just might have it and we can make a deal and get it in the mail. The good Lord bless and keep y'all. I'll be back here just as soon as I can with another video and visiting with y'all. And in the meantime, be putting some extra food in your pantry. Y'all knew I was going to say that, but it's very important. The world's in a mess right now, and everything's going up higher and higher. So if you can afford to get an extra bag of beans or package of rice or box of oatmeal, You might ought to put a little bit of extra stuff in your pantry because you might be glad you have it one of these days pretty soon. I'll see y'all, and I'll have another little message the next time for you.